So I tried to make a couple of quickies this week, ones that you can even do in your office, whether that's at your home or, in an actual office. And the first one was a little bit more the shoulders and the upper body. So this one's going to be a nice little break for the lower body. I've said it before, but it's been a while. By a suggestion of a chiropractor I was working with in Los Angeles when I was doing admin I worked at an office for like 11 years, and it was the worst my spine and my body ever were sitting down that much. And so he suggested that every 20 minutes I set a timer and I either do a couple of stretches or I just stand up in my chair or walk and get a water, go to the restroom, etc. And it did start to make a big difference in my day when I did get up every 20 minutes and not just get lost for a number of hours sitting down, yeah? Okay, so that said, maybe you remember a couple of these and then you don't have to play the video and you can do them without me. Either right ankle in front of left with that right knee falling out to the side, or right ankle on the shin. Depends on your knee and your hip, that's all. Either way, I'm going to lengthen my spine and either have my hand on my left thigh as I fold forward, or I pull against my shin to lengthen my spine and fold forward. I'm going to try and keep my spine long in this version today. And then this may or may not feel right. Again, hip replacement, knee replacement, folks, please be careful, right? But maybe those legs just sway a little bit from right to left as you keep your spine pretty neutral, and that might get a couple of extra little bits and pieces in that right buttocks area, hip area. Come back to center and release the right foot down. Cross left ankle in front of left shin, hands on the right thigh, or bring that foot up. Either way, I push down or pull against the shin to lengthen the spine. Keeping the spine long, I fold in until the left buttocks starts to say, oh, hi. And then maybe I sway those knees a little bit from side to side. Again, only if that feels right in my body would I add that piece in. And coming back to center, I'm going to bring that foot down to the ground. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to go into the quads, right? And it's going to lead through the front of those hips and those psoas a little bit. So I come over. If you have an armchair, this is harder. I'm going to come over and slide over and you could stand up and do this, till my left hand comes on and my left buttocks is on. I lean over to reach that right leg back and reach it behind me, trying to reach my knee down towards the earth, frontal hip point pulling up. Right? So from the side, that looks something like this. If I have shoes, I might have my toe curled under because that might be all I have access to. And if you're like, not going to happen for me for various reasons, you could stand up and put your hand on the chair and still bring that leg in, or even put that leg upon the chair as you're stretching. So 4 variations. One of those should work for you, hopefully. I shouldn't should over you. One of those hopefully works for you. Lean over to bring that leg forward. Move the buttocks all the way over to the other side. Either A, bringing that leg back. All of us do this. Knee down, frontal hip point up, right? I might curl my toes under to accommodate for a shoe or a tight ankle. I might have my right hand on the chair and hug that leg in, or simply place my left leg upon the chair, knee down, frontal hip points up, breathe wherever you are, and release that leg down, and pause. Now, super simple cat-cow from seated. I do this a lot, especially when I travel in airplanes and cars, these next 2 moves, right? One is just that simple cat-cow. I find a little extra arch in my low back by reaching my chest forward and up, and then I pull my belly back and I round my spine behind me. And I'm going to do that a couple of times, finding my rhythm, right? I let my chin come in when I round. And then as my upper back moves in, my neck extends. I naturally find myself looking up a little bit. Pretty usual suspects on this one, right? And then come to neutral. Now the next one, you don't have to move your hands. I want to show you what my legs are doing because my legs are in black and they don't move a lot, right? I'm going to let one knee slide a little forward and the other knee a little back, and then I'm going to change that. So again, my hands right now are representing my legs. Your hands can just simply be on your thighs. And I'm just rocking in and out. I don't know that the side angle is going to give you much more. A, I'm in black, and B, it's not a huge move. But I start to move that sacrum, right? One side of it moves a little back and one side of it moves a little forward, almost like a walking motion. I do this a lot. This is a really helpful one for me, especially I have sciatica that sometimes kicks in my right hip. I've got SI joint issues. I've got all kinds of things from those car accidents. Now come back to neutral. And then there's one more that we're going to do, and this is again for that kind of sacrum low back juncture. So I want you to imagine, and this one's kind of weird, I know, I like weird things, right? That your tailbone was able to draw the figure 8 or the infinity symbol on the chair underneath you. So close your eyes. That is helpful for a lot of people. And try to let your tailbone move through a infinity symbol or a figure 8 symbol. Best you can anyway. And then try to switch it and go the other direction. Again, I'm not moving a whole lot. But don't let that be deceiving. Don't think because you didn't move much, it's not going to do anything. Some of these joints, they don't need a whole lot for the muscles around them to soften. And then go ahead and come right back to the center. Sit up nice and tall. I'm on the edge of my chair. Crown of the head lifting. And just tune in and see if that didn't just help free up or open just a little bit through that area. Go ahead and open the eyes. We're going to do one more little thing here before this one ends. This one's going to be slightly longer than the shoulder one. If you have a chair, as long as it's not on wheels, you can do downward dog, right? And that way if you're in a skirt or you're at your office, you can still get away with it really pretty darn good, right? I used to do this on the top counter all the time while I waited for the copy machine. Put your hands on the counter or the chair. Go ahead and start to walk your feet back. And you want to end up where you push the chair a little forward and down so the chair doesn't tip, right? My buttocks bones move back, my low belly tones up. I bend my knees a little bit to get the most I can out of my spine and my low back and hip juncture. And then I might straighten my legs, but quite honestly, I don't usually straighten my legs when I'm trying to work with my hips and my low back. I feel like it takes away from it more than it amplifies the stretch there. So take one more breath. And then look a little forward, step forward till all the weight is forward in your feet. Pause, your heart rate did change. We didn't go fully upside down, but it does change, and just make sure you're not dizzy. And that is going to conclude just a little one for the lower body, just to see if we can't wake up the hip and the low back connection. So may you be well, friends. Keep doing these little movements throughout your day as much as you can, even if you just remember one of them, or just get up and walk for a little bit. Namaste, friends.